I bought this car from Carmax, and if you're thinking about buying from Carmax and you're curious how it works, this video was specifically made for you. Maybe you want to know, like, how is this different than buying from a traditional dealership, or what do you need to be prepared for? Is there any surprises? And then ultimately, is it worth it? Hopefully you get the answers to those questions in this video. If we're just meeting for the first time, my name is Dave, and I'm documenting my midlife crisis right here on YouTube. And I don't think you're even doing a midlife crisis correctly if you're not buying a car at some point. So here we are. Now, I didn't set out to buy a car from Carmax. I was started online, and there's a lot of different options of cars I was looking at. Traditional dealerships, there was delivery options like Carvana, and then there was cars from Carmax. Ultimately, this car is the one that I wanted, and it happened to be from Carmax, and that's what kind of got us started on this whole journey. So let's go back in time just a little bit, and I'll show you what this experience was like for me. So my son turned me on to this app called Car Gurus, and normally I would look for it on my phone, but I'm using my phone right now to film this, and so I have it on my computer. Obviously, I don't want to overpay for the car, but at the same time too, I am just not interested in playing the game. I don't want to do the traditional back and forth and all the crazy and all the different like add-ons, and I want this to be painless and smooth. I don't want to overpay, and I don't want to play the game. So whatever option gets me there, I'm good with. Okay, this is something that I didn't consider. I was looking through and I kept seeing all these cars that were popping up that they were actually located in like Birmingham, Alabama, or North Carolina, or Salt Lake City, or whatever. And they're all Carmax cars, but you could pay a transfer fee to have it transferred to a local store, and then you could go through the process of test driving and all that kind of stuff. If you test drive it and you don't like it, well, then you just walk away. You're out the delivery fee or the transfer fee or whatever they call it. But it's like, it kind of opens up some of the options that you're not just locked down to the cars that are in your local area. So I think I'm gonna give that a shot. There's a particular one that I like, and it just happens to be in Alabama. I think I'm gonna try doing the transfer thing and see how this goes. All right, so I did it. I called the number they had on that, said I was interested in the car, got on the phone with a guy that pretty much acted like a car salesman. It's super nice. It was a great interaction. But I went ahead and paid the fee. You have to pay it like right then. Like, it's not something that you can roll into your loan. It actually doesn't even go to Carmax. It goes to like some third party that actually does the transfer. So I guess the next step is they transfer it from Birmingham to Oklahoma City, and then when it arrives, they have to do all their normal inspections, and if there's things that like the state of Oklahoma requires on their cars that Alabama doesn't. Oh wow, hang on a second. A police officer that was doing 90 and vlogging, by the way, and vlogging and doing 90. Saw a police officer. I might have freaked out a little bit. They've already sent me an email that kind of looks like the Domino's pizza tracker. So you had me at Domino's pizza tracker. Okay, I got up early this morning, early for a Saturday, and I'm gonna go inside with this credit union where I do my banking, and we're gonna see if we can get an auto loan. I did the thing last night with Carvana where you try to do the financing through them, and they had the loan at like 9.5%. And I was like, okay, we can do better. I understand the world is crazy right now with just the demand of cars and interest rates going up, but 9.5 seems a little excessive. Now, if your credit isn't the best, this might actually be a great option for you because it's easy to get approved with places like Carvana and Carmax. But if you can, go to your bank or credit union. You're going to get a better rate, and it's going to save you thousands. We got it at 2.5%. This is why you do the pre-approval. So far, this is ridiculously easy. I've been here for maybe 15 minutes doing a little bit of paperwork. He's gonna go find the car. I'm sending him some insurance stuff. But like, this is ridiculously easy. All right, I'm in, and this is pretty really nice. You know, it's one thing to look at the pictures on the internet. It's another thing to like actually be sitting in it. I'm like, this is really nice. And my appointment was at 4 o'clock and they really didn't get me started. Like I had to kind of wait on a guy for about 15 minutes. So we really didn't get started until about 4:15 and it's not even 5 o'clock and I'm sitting in the car. Now I haven't actually purchased the car yet. I'm doing what they call a 24-hour test drive. Barring that this thing doesn't just like fall apart or make weird noises or the check engine light comes on or whatever. I mean, like I plan on buying this car. I didn't come this far to not buy this car, but why test drive a car for 20 minutes if you can drive it for 24 hours? Now let's talk about the price for a second. Obviously there's the website price, what brought me in. I paid the transfer fee, but that's a completely separate thing. I've already paid that. I put that on a debit card. They do have a $300 processing fee, which is not uncommon for a dealership to have some kind of a doc fee. They do offer an extended warranty. I'm going to opt to not do the warranty, but from what I've heard, it's actually one of the better ones. And then here in the state of Oklahoma, we don't actually pay our taxes and title and tax at the dealership. We do that when we register the vehicle at the DMV like 30, 60 days later. So my out the door price is the price of the car plus $300, and that's it. I just bought a car. That was simple. That's what I kind of hoped it would be. Is I wanted this process to be simple. I don't want to mess around and spend a lot of extra time dealing with people and people going back and talking to their managers and just spending hours. I've bought a vehicle, my wife's Pathfinder. When we bought that, that was more the traditional way, and we were there all evening, like easily 4 or 5 hours from start to finish in terms of going on the lot, trying 1 or 2 cars, going through financing and everything. It was a long evening. I mean, start to finish, I've probably been in this building for 2 total hours. Obviously, there were some things I did online, signing some paperwork there and looking for it and talking to people on the phone, but it's been pretty in and out. My appointment today was at noon. By 12:15, they were emailing me all the documents, and I spent the rest of the hour just waiting for the car to be prepped and detailed. That was it. I think the only real downside to this is that you have to be okay with the price that's on the website because there is zero negotiation. Like if you want to move it 10 cents, it's just not an option. You might be able to negotiate on your trade-in, but as far as like the car you're purchasing, whatever the price was that brought you into the store, that's the price you pay. So if you're okay walking in and paying the price that's on the website, everything about this was simple and easy. And because I drive cars pretty much into the ground, this will be my car for the next 10 plus years. So I guess I'll make another video in 2032 and we'll see how things have changed. Now compare that to buying a vehicle with like a traditional dealership, which is what I helped my son do last year, but we didn't buy 1 car, we bought 4 cars. 4 cars in 2 months. If you want to hear about that story, check out this video that is right here.